boy Trucker Will, trucking it like always, making this money, making this dough. So, the purpose of this video is we're gonna dive into the last 2 weeks of settlements, and you'll see why I have very little energy right now, and why I will never do, well, I can't say never, but this time I'll probably not be inclined to do any more training in TNT. We'll talk about it next. Truck is going on, you and the tube? This your boy Trucker Will. We're trucking it like always, making this money, making this dough. But before we get into it, remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell below so you know we come out with new videos on my blacktop journey, as well as smash the thumbs up button so it stimulates the YouTube algorithm so we can get out there to all the new drivers that are coming into the industry that may not be so sure on how to run and why it's important to do specific things right over here at Prime. So, in this edition of, I guess you could call it Settlement Friday, we are going to talk about how doing TNT, training a student in this market, and how Prime is talking about they need more TNT students. I mean, not TNT students, they need more TNT trainers and things of that nature to come out here and train these students. Why there's a good side, but then there's a bad side. And you know how I like to keep it on this channel. I try to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indignant. So we're going to talk a little bit about the indignant part of this and why it's a little bit challenging for me as a lease operator, quote unquote owner operator. I've had people say, well, you're just a qualified company driver. And I'll get into that definition or opinion that people have, and why it really doesn't matter, because when you break it down, it's really about mitigating risk. So I'll put them like I always do here or here, and we will break it down a little bit so you guys get a better understanding now, before you get out here and you decide you want to do TNT, and things of that nature. Some things that you got to be aware of. All right, so first trip we did Ohio to New York. Now, Ohio to New York, I picked the load up out of Ohio, and it was a high val load. Had to go to Long Island over there, so it was kind of fast, but paid really good. So, trip was paid a total of $2,527. There's a few little added things that were added onto the trip, another $250 plus another $250. Total came out, rate per mile was $3.98 a mile. It was not too bad considering. Now, next trip we had was New York. Now, I'll get into this whole little thing. New York to PA, PA to Missouri, Missouri to Idaho. Now, the added little fees that were into this, $867.12, $74.38, as well as $2,733.18, which is how much the line haul was, as well as an additional $450, which came out to a total of $4,124.68. Any additives or anything else that came into this whole total revenue to the truck for that week was $6,857.65, guys. Now, you might say, well, in your past videos, you know, anytime you make over $6,000 of the truck, you're gonna have a good paycheck. No. So we'll get into that here in a second. Now, Total miles that we did for the week, we did 3,414 miles, guys. So we was busting ass. This is with a TNT student that we had on the truck at that time. So all that total revenue to the truck for this week was $6,857.65. Now we will get into fuel in the next. All right, YouTube. So we're gonna get into the fuel cost for this week. And quite frankly, my fuel cost was kind of high, but you got to remember, like, I was coming across the country. One load I dropped, didn't get paid for yet, but the fuel cost. That's why you got to be, you know, very, very careful. Something that I found out, so I will pass it on to you. If you drop a load, or you swap a load, or you drop it before payroll, you want to make sure that you call your fleet manager and tell him that you want your fuel for that load that you dropped to go with the trip. It doesn't always go with the trip. So if you swap a load or you drop a load and it drops after payroll and you filled up, make sure you call your fleet manager to make sure that he puts that fuel with that trip for the following week, so you don't lose out on that money that you have for that week. Make sure you call. Just do some due diligence, making sure that you talk to fuel desk and talk to your fleet manager so you don't lose money for swapping a load or dropping a load that drops after payroll. Make sure you call them and say, hey, can I make sure that that load goes with that trip, so when it gets paid for, so that it goes with that revenue. I had to find that out the hard way, and I wanted to make sure that I got paid because I was watching all my pennies, because you know nowadays we got to watch all them pennies, right? All of them pennies. We need all of them pennies, right? So let's dive into it. So my total fuel cost for the week, but I'm gonna break it down. So total fuel cost was $2,614.07. I had $126 in discounts. My tractor def was $70.42. My reefer discounts was $27.25. Total reefer cost was $172.20. So my total net fuel cost with everything was $2,763.54, guys, on 3,414 miles. We did a lot of driving, and we spent some fuel having to put some stuff up. So that's the total fuel cost for the week. And we still have our fixed cost and our student cost, and that's where it gets a little, you know, very interesting. So break down some more. All right, YouTube. So now this is the other part that you guys got to understand. All right, so when you guys are doing TNT and you guys, you know, and your fleet manager inclines you to train a student, do TNT's training, this is where it gets a little tricky. Now, in a great market and freight is abundant, you can put $13,000-$14,000 to the truck. For you, the owner operator or lease operator, whatever you guys want to designate it, you can have a pretty good paycheck. Now, when it's not doing all that great and they still incline you to take a student, and you're like, I'll do it, I can make some more money. Run your truck double. You think you can make some more money? In most cases you can. Most cases you will be able to make some more bread. But here is the caveat to that. So the student that I had on my truck, now mind you guys, he's been on my truck for dang near 5 months. 5 months, you know, I've had some trucks break. My truck broke down, I think about every week for a month. So I got a video posted up here. You guys can go check it out. So here's the breakdown, all right? So students' gross pay, $1,034.29. FICA, federal, $87.92. FICA, $79.13. State, $36. Local was nothing. So, total taxes paid was $203.77. That's for the student. Total payment out towards for the student got was $802.27, which is not bad considering. Now, what was the total cost to you, the trainer that's training the student, that's driving all over the world, you know, trying to train them, showing them how to get from A to B, and showing him how to be professional, and showing him how to be the truck driver? What was the total cost to your truck? So the revenue for the student comes off of your truck. So the revenue that's generated comes off of the truck. So it's not your job, it's your job of your fleet manager, aka your business partner, to put enough revenue on your truck to pay you, pay him, and he get paid, because they get paid for miles and revenue that you have on the truck. That's their job. So you would think they'd be more inclined to make sure that you have enough revenue for you to stay really profitable. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes they just forget, they get a lot of other things that are going on, so it kind of falls on you. So total cost to the truck for the student was $1,310.14. That goes against your bottom line. So what happens when you only do $6,857.65 to your truck, and you have $1,000 cost, $1,310 cost and 14 cents for your student, as well as your truck payment and as well as your fuel? Where does that leave you as the lease operator, quote unquote owner operator? We're gonna come back with the big reveal next. All right, YouTube, so now it's time for the big reveal, and you guys will get an understanding of why it's a little challenging to want to take a TNT student, and why the upsides in the word possibilities. I put possibilities up here because there's a possibility that you're going to make a lot of money. There's drivers that are making a killing over here, and there's drivers that are just unfortunately getting the short end of the stick right now. It's just the way of the world, is the way of the trucking industry. You have good days, you got bad days. This is just my experience of what has gone on. And does it mean that I'm never going to train again? No. Does it mean that I don't value trying to help other students get down the road to get to their next load to get paid? No, it doesn't mean that at all. I have a plethora of information that, in my opinion, will help other individuals get to the next level in their life. And if they want to come out here on the road and, you know, you have some questions, you can always hit me up. My link is in the description below. You can always email me and stuff like that. So I'm always willing to help you. Maybe if you're not so knowledgeable on specific things. I've been out here for a little bit. I don't know everything. If you meet a driver that says he knows everything, get the hell away from him, because he doesn't know a damn thing. That's just a old school saying out here of, you know, drivers will tell you. So let's break down it so you guys can get a really understanding, and you guys can really, you know, search yourself to see if, you know, if it's right fit for you. So total revenue to the truck was $6,857.65. Your fixed cost, my fixed cost, is $1,300. My fuel cost for this week was $2,763.54. My student cost was $1,310.54. So it's a little over $5,000 in deductions, just a little over $5,000. Now I did have some things at the shop that I had to get done. I ate at the yard, some invoices that came through. I was putting aside 12 cents a mile for all miles that I was driven, so it came out. So I don't add that money, but once you put that aside, because you don't add that to what you're bringing in, that's just your emergency fund, I was left training a student with $484.95. So $484.95 for a paycheck. Now next week is going to be, I may do it tomorrow, I'm not sure yet, just depends on how much time I have. I got a real big surprise for you last week. This is the week before, and I'll do this week, last week's, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. You just have to come back and check it out. But yeah, $484.95. Now remind you, we are in the second week of the month, so that means there's about 2 weeks left in this month. And yeah, $484.95. Now, is it partially my fault. Maybe my fuel cost is a little high. Maybe. Did I have to do the right thing by trying to take a trailer to get the plate and get it fixed, and I lost the day? That's an opinion. That's a judgment call, and for me. But yeah. So when it all comes down to it, guys, would I train? Yes, I would do some training again. Do I want to right now? No, I'd rather be solo because I can mitigate my risk and drive, and not be out here busting my behind and worrying about whether am I going to get a team load that's going to pay me for taking my time and energy out to train a student. Not saying that you shouldn't train students. I will tell anybody, if you have a desire to train. If you have a desire to do PSD, do PSD. I have no problems with that. If you guys are thinking about coming over to Prime and you want information, you want help, and this video inspires you and tells you the real deal, and you still want to get into it, you can use my driver code TAYLWA. Try to link up with you, chat it up with you. You can always hit me my email if you have questions or concerns. And we'll get down the road to get to the next level to get paid. I'll do my best to help you on your journey. I have a couple other things that will be coming out here soon, so you have to stay tuned. As well as if you guys like my I Bleed Black Top for Life t-shirt that I put up here, you guys can check out my link in my description below. I got them for sale, and it's going to all go off of that for my 3,000 subscriber view or 3,000 subscriber count giveaway for PlayStation 5. So I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Settlement Fridays. A little bit different, not so much all this extra stuff, but I was being a little bit different for you guys and break down the real deal, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indignant. This week was really indignant. Next week might be even more indignant. So remember to be blessed, less stressed, keep that left door closed, that right foot down, only when it's safe, guys. And like always, guys, I'll see you on the black top. Safe trucking.